that you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. Got a good beat. Hello there, welcome to the Flash and Bloke podcast. I just realised I haven't advertised we're going live. Sorry, Facebook friends. So, we might not have an audience. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. We'll have to deploy an emergency Sean.
Sean! You should be with us shortly.
Excellent. I approve. I love it. We can just call on the viewer. Right. Wait, you watch. How have you been, boys? How's your week's been? Better than last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot quieter, a little bit more manageable, and apart from typhoons and storms over the last couple of days in Scotland, it's been good.
Ah, bless. You've always wanted a bit of wind.
So, yeah, suffer from a bit of it too, but what can you do?
This is very true. I can't remember what I was going to tell you when we were going to go live.
Was it a bit last night?
Yes, it was. Tell you what, let's do this. So last night, boys and girls, we unveiled to the world Captain Marmoset.
Not Marmoset, Marmoset.
No, not Marmoset, or indeed Captain Monkey. Thank you very much. Yes, no, the RPG's hit the restart button. Brian is now running it. That's Brian down there and Eddie down there. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce you. And yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was nice to be able to actually play the game rather than GM the game. And I think 15 years of not being able to do that all came out in one evening. And
I'm interested. Did you actually learn how to play a little bit?
A little. A couple of things were still a bit vague. But we'll go through it. It'll slowly start
getting there.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I did hold up the combat. Let's go, hang on a second.
No. That was fine. That was fine. You were learning the combat. Combat is tricky.
But I mean, what's wrong with a good old D100 game? Why all this complexity?
It is a D100.
Why all this complexity?
It is a D100.
But no, I enjoyed it, and like I say, being able to play, and of course having a character like Captain Marmoset. Sorry, I've said Marmoset now, haven't I?
Yeah. We now have Captain Marmoset.
Captain Marmoset. One of the Captains written call. Yeah. A gift of a character. Thank you, Brian. So.
Not a problem.
Right. So I suppose we're going to have to do other stuff. I don't think there's any other news. Oh, the Doctors Assemble. Wonderful video from the Doctor Who Lockdown account on YouTube. Featuring all sorts of impersonators, all your favourite ones, but not me. And David Bradley, which is why. And yeah, it's just brilliant. James Goss is a great writer. He manages to understand the characters well, their dialogue, and as a result, I think this is possibly one of the most successful multi-Doctor things. I mean, the 12th Day is good, but I think this one beats it. I'll say that now publicly. Oh dear. Anyway,
I'm actually going to say there were three things about it I didn't like.
Go
on. One was it was David Bradley and not you. I'm sorry. I'm used to hearing you be the voice of the first Doctor.
Bless you. Thank you.
Two, I didn't like the voice they got for Capaldi.
That's Jonathan Carley.
It didn't sound right.
Capaldi's a tricky one. When Chris does it, it always sounds as if he's got a cold. I think Big Finish just released a new short trip narrated by Jacob Dudden, which is the 11th Doctor and 12th Doctor. I will check during the show, and if it has been released, we'll look at it next week.
Yeah, the only other thing was I didn't like the voice they got for Jodie.
That's Deborah Stevenson, who I think is one of the performers on Dead Ringers with John Coleshaw.
Yes.
It just sounded strange to me. That's all. I didn't mind her, but it didn't fit.
I have to admit, hello, Adam. Yeah, she. They should have actually, because they had Wink Taylor in there doing a pitch perfect Sylvester McCoy, and his missus Wendy does a pitch perfect Jodie. So, but it is what it is. You know, you can't have everybody. And it was absolutely wonderful for what it was. And like I say, probably one of the best multi-doctor things I've ever seen or heard. Ah, dear. Right, now, I've got to try and do this and make it look like it's smooth. And this is all planned. And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. Still love that. Right then, why do I bother putting those things in? Do we need those things?
Oh, because they're lovely. That's just
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a nice transition.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
If you think so, I just think possibly I'm flogging a dead horse, to be honest with you. Anyway, yes, where were we? Yes, the fourth Doctor Who, him and his plucky girl assistant Varatralunda, Romana Varatralunda even, and the second canine. Oh, they land on Tara. Romana's keen. She's going to go off and get the segment and do it a lot more efficiently than the Doctor ever could imagine. The Doctor's going to go fishing. As it is, Romana is as good as her word. She does get to the segment of the Key to Time. She manages to whip it up. And then there's outside interference with one of the best ever villains in Doctor Who, Count Grendel of Grach. And hello there, Briglower, 1980.
Hold on. There's no need for that language.
Oh, do tell.
He is a cad, Grendel, but there's no need for that language.
He's a count.
Ah! I give in. This is a family show. At least I thought it was a family show.
This is amusing me greatly because Eddie's sound's gone out of sync with his picture by a noticeable difference. This is magnificent. Hey guys, do you fancy now doing a Hong Kong kung fu movie action dub? So yes, I have you now.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Right, anyway, we watched The Androids of Tara. We suggest you do as well, quite frankly. It is a blast of summer. It is happy. It is joyous. And quite frankly, I adore it. And let's go to Brian to do speaking.
Well, I understand why Mary Tam left after this.
Ah, she actually quite likes it because she got to play 2 or 3 different roles.
Yes, but she really didn't do anything. She was girl hostage.
Yes.
And, I mean, okay, she escapes. She rescues the Doctor and promptly gets taken prisoner again.
I'm trying to wonder if I can't remember which one, if it was Mary Tam or Louise Jameson who was pregnant. Because she doesn't get a proper leaving scene. But we'll come to that in a couple of weeks' time.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Did you enjoy the setup?
It was great.
Did you find it familiar, the setup?
All dark dungeons.
Have you ever heard of a country called Ruritania?
No.
Google is your friend.
Mauritania.
Google is your friend. Look up Ruritania. The reason I say this is I can't remember the name of the bloody thing it's based on. It's gone out of my head. Where basically,
I've heard of Mauritania, where there's supposedly the ruins of Atlantis.
No. Basically, British guy goes over to this European country, Ruritania, and he's the dead spit of the king. or the prince who's about to ascend.
Ah.
Very,
The
very.
Prince of the Pauper.
No, love, that's Dickens.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh,
I
he's
know
back
what
in
you're
sync. He's back in sync. It's pleasing. Prisoner of Zenda. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, that's it.
Okay. There
You see,
we
there's
go.
a reason we have a chat. There's a reason this is live. It means I don't have to edit. It's that simple. You enjoyed it, yes?
Yeah,
Right?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great, and we got the white dress again.
Of course. Right there it is. That's his perv. Eddie,
Hey.
moving away from the
Uh,
pervert.
4 times the Romana. 4 Romanas
Oh,
in this
Jesus
episode.
Christ.
I mean, need you say more? Fantastic. I just love this one. It's the fact that it's the kind of sword and sword. It's the sword and.
I love the
sword-
electronic crossbow.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
like
And electric
taking the
swords.
old.
It
Those
was like they had
swords,
Chewbacca bowcasters.
The sets for this were great as well, and I did a little bit of googling because I want to visit that castle.
Now,
So it's
hang on a
Leeds
second.
Castle.
What you need to do to get instructions, all right, to visit Leeds Castle, is you need to go to Leeds Airport and just get a taxi. According to Travels Without the TARDIS, a Target book printed in the 80s. The trouble is, Leeds Castle is in Kent.
It's in Kent.
It's in Kent. It's a beautiful
I'm glad
place.
you said that because that would have been very
But
embarrassing.
no, that was the advice in the book. Fly to Leeds Castle and get a taxi.
And then spend 200 quid in a taxi for Leeds Castle to Kent.
At least.
I still like to go.
Oh, well, definitely. It's a lovely place by the look of it. I mean, it is. It's a glorious slice of sunshine. It's a lovely,
No,
lovely.
not-
It's funny. It's sweet. And fair dues, Mary
Grendel.
Jane does have, she has, 4 roles to play.
Grendel is a deliciously dastardly though. I mean,
How did he not come
Oh
back?
yeah.
Because they left it open for him to come back.
Next
He
time, I
escaped.
shall not be so lenient.
Exactly.
Yeah, he is a traditional mustache twirler.
There
it.
is a sequel in one of the Virgin Decalogues, possibly, written by Cornell, where the Seventh Doctor and Benny end up on Tara with Grendel and the Candyman from the Happiness Patrol, and it's all written in iambic pentameter. I'm having trouble with my words tonight.
Same here.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
At least you didn't say Loughborough, Adam. Yeah. So, have we got any
I'm
depth
a
we
big
can go
trivia
into
though.
on this?
Sorry.
Have we
say that
any
again?
depth we can go into on this, or is it just a case of this is nice?
I've got depth because Farah, the guy who is like the king's bodyguard,
Aye.
it was annoying me. I've seen this guy before. I know him for something, and I know it's cheesy, so I had to do a bit of research. He's the guy for QVC. This guy eventually had to quit acting, and he's the QVC UK. Well, he was until he got fired from that because he called off air whilst he was still in mic. He called Nicole Kidman a lesbian, so he get fired from his job. This is great. Just all the avenues of gossip and absolute nonsense that Doctor Who opens up. So I had to get that out of my system because I thought I know this guy
Right.
from somewhere.
I'm sorry. The return of Who bitch.
Oh, I can't help it. It's a Scotsman. But that episode's a great story, great action. I preferred it so much more than Planet Planet. I thought this is just this is good, solid, focused Tom Baker. Obviously, I think Adam hit the nail on the head. Dirty Tom, though, just chipping away at Mary Tam's role, so that Romana's not the equal that she should have been and could have been. But no, it's a great wee story. It's a great wee story. Grendel, that could have been an incarnation of the Master. He's just
I can see.
the guy that played him. He's been in tons of other things,
Peter Jeffries.
and he always plays the cad. Brilliant, absolutely. This is one of my favourites of the Katie Time series.
Well, there we go.
With that, shut up.
Oh, bless. You don't have to shut up, love. Oh, the Archimandrite's
I
hat.
quite like it.
Adam, thank you so much. Yes, the Archimandrite's hat.
Yes, the hat.
I wrote a song about that hat.
Buy out the more.
Oh, the Archimandrite wore a hat, toodle-doodle-doodle-eye. The Archimandrite wore a hat all the livelong day. He wore it to all weddings, he wore it down the shops. Oh, the Archimandrite had a hat until Grendel had him shot for excessive millinery. That's my Archimandrite's... Don't apologise for that, Adam. Don't apologise for reminding me to sing. Never apologise for that, love. Right, yeah, shall we move on?
Why not?
Okay,
Can
before I
we?
hit the second verse. Yes, we went back to the 70s. Series 8, I would have thought. Oh, sorry, Season 8. Yeah, listening to them, trying to place where in the Third Doctor's timeline. It's Series 8, because he still doesn't have control of the TARDIS and whatever. So, there. Right, the Third Doctor. 2 stories. In the first one, Unit and the Doc and Co pop down to a place because they're this place is amazing. They found a way of just removing pollution from the air and just getting rid of it somehow. What in the? So we have a typical sort of Third Doctor scene of the Brigadier, Benton, Joe, and the Doctor just breezing through this establishment, asking all sorts of awkward questions. And then they push a button and suddenly they find themselves somewhere else entirely. And unfortunately, hello, Radox. Unfortunately, the Daleks are there. So, I don't want to give, again, because this is a new Big Finish, let's try not to give away too much, please. So, what do we make of this one? Eddie, you can go first this time.
It fits seamlessly into Season 8. It's the whole thing around Pertwee's era always had that kind of ecology and we need to look after the environment, and it's so 70s. This fits into this. So it's the whole thing around if Dyson was about there, I'm sure he would have been the big villain because it's a big Hoover in space.
As opposed to an MP.
Yeah.
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 Oh, no. John Culshaw plays the brig. And he does a superb job. It's not...
He does.
You can still hear John's voice in it, but he gets the intonations right. He gets the speech patterns right. He actually presents you with the Brigadier, the character of the Brigadier. And the voice is really close. It's damn fine piece of work. And I take my hat off for that.
That's a good point though, because it took me a little while because Pertwee is my doctor. That's the doctor that I
He's
grew
your
up
comfort
with.
doctor.
He's my exactly. Couldn't put it any better.
Same with me. Pertwee.
It's my go-to doctor. Tim Treloar is great, and it took me a little while to just. I'm listening to him, and I originally wasn't getting Pertwee, and with Katie as well. Katie is lovely, and Katie's fantastic in this, but she's obviously trying to de-age. And it took me maybe the first couple of sections of this, and by the time I got to that, the story had got me, and Tim Treloar and Katie are fantastic in this. It took me a little while just to relax, take it in. Katie's a bit older, Pertwee can't do it, he's otherwise indisposed, and Tim Treloar's really great. It's the whole thing around the inclinations, and just he gets it down pat. And the other thing as well that's Tim's a name that would, if you had that I came up to Glasgow in a Glasgow school ground, that would get you a lot of problems.
Why?
Add Treloar to it though. Tim Treloar, what a great surname, fantastic. I think I'll use that.
Hang on. No. You've raised an interesting point here. Hang on a second. Why is the name Tim so terrible?
Because right. So
He's an enchanter.
No. But there's a terminology. If you're a Tim in Glasgow, that denotes that you're of a Roman Catholic, and it's a bit of a slur.
Not that whole sectarian nonsense.
Oh yes, yes. So Tim is not a name you call your kids in Glasgow. You're just opening yourself up to major problems.
Goodness me.
But Trelaw, I mean, that's just Tim Trelaw, great. He was just absolutely fantastic. It just took me a little while. By the time we got to the second story, that I was sold. That was just it was. I was listening to Pertwee. I was able to turn that little kind of niggle and doubt off that this isn't Pertwee.
Yeah.
So hats off to him. Fantastic.
He's smoother than Pertwee. His voice is smoother
Yeah.
and definitely younger because he's having to age up for it. But it's a great, again, like we're saying, it's not going for a pitch perfect voice.
No.
It's
No, he's not
concentrating
going for
on the
pitch.
actual character and the vocal mannerisms, the ticks, the intonations, the timings. That's how you really bring a character across. That's what I do with Hartnell. And it's, yeah. I've got to say, read this out loud from chat, from Adam. Yep, John Carshaw's Brig is great. Fooled Gene Riddler, well-known Doctor Who fan, into thinking it was archive audio. I shall point at her and laugh next time I meet her, which is probably going to be at the Dwas Capital event. The Trelaurians. Sounds like a Doctor Who villainous race.
It certainly does.
I'm
Yeah.
going to have to pitch that. I'm going to have to pitch that somehow. Yeah. So, Brian, your turn.
I like this one.
There were
the voice-
Scottish tomorrow people. Thank you very much. Sorry, Brian.
You just not
no,
called
no,
Tim.
I'm right there with them.
Young Andrew.
Because Tim is the robot computer thing up in the ceiling and then later as a table piece.
Yes. Anyway, sorry. Carry on, love.
Yeah, I like this one. You could definitely hear it in Katie's voice. She's not as young as she used
Wow,
to be.
go straight
Yeah,
for the negatives.
Oh, well, hey, she did a great job. And after a while, it was fine, but you can just, if you focus, you can hear it.
Well, yeah, but again, she knows. Well, she knows Joe Grant inside out, so she's able to pitch the performance exactly as she would have
Oh,
done
yeah,
back in the
she does.
70s. You know.
Oh, definitely. She has all the same enthusiasm in her voice,
Hmm.
all the same
And I love the fact they've made
conditions.
her smarter in Big Finish.
Yes.
I
yes,
love that.
That is refreshing.
Even John Levine didn't. Ooh, hang on, I'm going to sneeze.
Oh,
Excuse me. I am so sorry. There was no way I was going to be able to mute all that in time because I'd have to
Oh
mute
my
two
God!
different
Think of the
things.
children watching.
Ah, dear. Wear your masks now. Remain indoors. Even John Levine doesn't
He's
have
got the Rona. We're sorry.
And Benton's
Uh,
done probably more to do than he had ever had in the TV series. To be
Yes,
fair.
they brought back Benton. I loved it.
And he didn't sing, which
Benton's
is
one
nice.
of my favorites.
He didn't sing, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good unit story. It was nice to see them up against the Daleks again, and I could picture it in my mind, a la 1971. Yeah, they did a very good job evoking that atmosphere, that series 9 atmosphere, and they did a great job. Love it. There's another one on there. Who wants to go first on this? Because the third Doctor Who and Joe are invited to, the Doctor's Club, one of them anyway, and they're at a lecture. And this guy says, "This is really dull. This guy's a boring writer, this old wing commander." And they go out because the Doctor can sense something. Lo and behold, it isn't a Time Lord. And he's sent on a mission with Joe back to the 1940s, back to World War II, back to Churchill. And they've got to try and find this pendant thingy, amulet job. What's it? And it goes from there. So, Brian, your turn. Do speaking.
Arf. No, I thought this one was fine too.
Fine. That's damning with faint praise, love.
I thought this was the most greatest thing ever. Go out
Lying
and buy it when
liar.
it comes out. No, I thought it was fine too. Again, I heard all voices and everything, and it's just I had to suspend disbelief a lot.
What the hell's going on? Oh, the cat's knocked his bowl off the side.
Oh, I thought it was another bird.
Yeah, I think it's a case of more exposure would help you become more accepting. Because I'll agree with you. Initially, it does jar slightly. That can't be helped.
Yeah.
But the longer the exposure you have to it, the easier, you accept it and you think, yeah, no, this is great. This is lovely. There's a lot more coming out, I should imagine, soon anyway for the Third Doctor.
Awesome.
And Pertwee's a difficult one to do, to be fair.
He is.
Yeah.
He's got that lisp
It's
that
the
really
yes.
stops people.
Yes, of course. Up the back of your neck. Eddie.
Just Brig Lover was just saying is what she'd love a listen, and is it very clear? It is clear, but I know you've got a hearing issue, and there is lots of bombastic music, and it's got that kind of electronica, typical Third Doctor music, particularly the first one on. But yeah, it's a big finish. They're always polished, but maybe if you can get try and get a preview listing if that's at all possible.
What about the trailers? They all come with trailers.
Yeah, trailers. Yeah, have a listen to the trailer and see if that helps. The second one, Hellfire, or the Operation Hellfire, again, I don't do historicals, and this is the flip. I'd have thought the episode with the Daleks in it would be great.
Pertwee only ever had the one historical, didn't he? Time Warrior.
Time Warrior, and so this is kind of like, and again, a historical with a well-known real character like Churchill. McNeice thought it was great. McNeice is always good, and then anything he does when he does Churchill, and again, doesn't do a cheap imitation. It's his interpretation of Churchill. So it's not a Mickey take. Again, the only other time they did a historical was a Time Warrior. This would fit seamlessly into the Pertwee area as well. I loved it. It was nice getting Jo's perspective on World War II. It was the whole thing around she didn't realise how horrible it was, the devastation. She'd read about it in books. It was so again, Katie was great in this. It had everything though from the typical Pertwee era, but a little bit of the occult. A little bit of the devious Time Lords, they're manipulative and controlling, still getting them to do their willing, and it was timey-wimey as well. So I thought this one took a little bit of the modern, a little bit of the old, kind of nicely blended it together, and it made for me. And again, I don't use the word lightly. I thought this was a perfect episode. I really enjoyed this.
That's nice.
I preferred this to the Dalek episode, which surprised me. So yeah, I thought it was a good listen. I really enjoyed it.
Fair enough. There we go. That's a recommendation. The Third
There we
Doctor
go.
Adventures Volume 6. Now, somebody else raised the point, Briglover, that wondering if there are transcripts of the Big Finish audios. I don't think there are. I know there are transcripts for the TV Doctor Who stories, and they're fan-made. That's an interesting one. I'll raise that. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll raise it with Nick Briggs. I know that sounds name droppy, but seriously, I'll contact Nick and I'll raise it with him to sort of say, let's see what we can do. But the trouble is, they hold on to the scripts because, of course, they can sell them as script books.
Right.
But considering the
there's a
sheer
PC
number, the sheer amount of their output, I think that would be very difficult to do.
Maybe there's something like a closed captioning version.
I'll contact Nick and I'll ask him.
No, it's a market that they could cater for, I'm sure. So yeah, a special version maybe with the background music taken down. I mean.
Yeah. So there's got to be ways of doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just bring it up with him, sort of see what he
Nice one,
says.
Chilla. Nice.
But I wouldn't hold your breath. Like I say, they've got their procedures in place and everything else like that. But you might sort of say, okay, we've had an approach from somebody. Maybe we can do something. Who knows? But we'll try. Yes. So that's the Third Doctor volume. Andrew's Tar. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
Emergency podcasting test, love. Boys and girls,
oh,
mums
here we
and
go.
dads, aunts and uncles. Eddie, to that side of me, well, he is now going to host the show for the Prisoner review. Good luck, Eddie. Over to you.
Yes, and I can guess why I'm hosting this section, because, again, we're in territory with this episode where there's not really much to talk about with this episode of The Prisoner, and it does fit into the category of there were... the whole point was that there was to be a lot less episodes of The Prisoner, and Mr. McGowan was forced into a position where he had to write more. So I think safely we can say that this episode, bit sparse in story, but to say that though, I still like it. I think
Is the
we have
writer credit a pseudonym for McGowan?
Sorry?
Is the writer credit a pseudonym for McGowan?
Probably. He used quite a few on this.
Something or other.
Yeah, I think probably you'll find that in most of the episodes he had a hand in the writing and used a ton of pseudonyms. This one, we're introduced to probably the most laid-back number 2 you're going to see in The Prisoner.
Mary Morris, idiot.
Pardon?
Mary Morris, idiot.
Did she play?
She was
I
Panna
know,
in Kinder.
Did she play? Did she also play Peter Pan at all? Because when she wears the Peter Pan outfit,
She
that's
looks
somebody
like
that's
she
worn
owns
those
the
types
Peter Pan
before.
outfit.
I wouldn't know
Yeah.
about that. All I can say is her Doctor Who credit is Kinder.
Well, she again, great actress. She plays a more laid back, less concerned about number 6, number 2. Try saying that quick. But we do learn things in this episode. So the whole thing around this one is we have another character called, and sorry, I'm going to get his name because
He doesn't know it off by heart. He doesn't know
I
it off
don't
by
know.
heart. Put the picture up.
I'm
Put the
old.
picture up now. The picture is now up. Once an episode at least.
I'm gonna get that as a
my
cheek
dad's cat.
tattoo one of these days. Just right here.
Should be unworthy of the penny farthing.
I'll get the tattoo removed tomorrow. Laser removal or us. Dutton is a character we only see them once, but we learn a lot through Dutton. Dutton knows in number 6. They try and use him for an impromptu trick session to try and get him again to announce why he resigned. And off the back of that, we learn that from number 2, they're not just wanting information from number 6. They want to recruit him. They want him to be part of their organisation. She makes that he's not expendable, and they basically state that he's got a future with us. So that kind of lays ground rules to later episodes. Maybe not. But from this episode, there's no real kind of plot. It's Carnival Day. They're looking to. They get number 6 to attend the carnival. There's a bit of a mob. They try and kill him.
Why?
And at the end, they change their mind, and they don't.
Why are
They
they
try and kill him. They try and kill him because, again, number 6 can't help himself. He uses this as an opportunity to get into town hall, and he starts to try and find out more information around them and gets caught.
What about the dead body?
But it's... Oh, thank you very much. See, this hosting gig's not for me. Earlier on in the episode, he finds a dead body and he finds a radio. And off the back of that radio, again, number 2 encounters him and he's not very fussed or bothered about it. By the time we get to the town hall, he's put on trial.
With Aubrey
what about
Morris
number
as one of the
20 as the
judges.
prosecutor?
Aubrey Morris has never knowingly not overacted. All I'm gonna say.
I know nothing of her work apart from this.
Have you ever seen the Ghosts of Motley Hall?
No.
Okay.
Put it up again.
I might do there's
Put it
two
on.
of them that I always mix up. And also, I think it was in Babylon 5. I'm sorry, carry on, please.
No, so again, so he's put on trial. Of course, he's found guilty. My angry mob are there to finish off the job. He goes into a
They
side
give him a
room.
whole 5-second head start too.
They do, yeah. Well, that's a British thing. So that's where they let slip that obviously the village is run by Brits because it's only a sporting thing to do. He gets into one of the side rooms where he's not supposed to be. There's a single mirror, and they basically end the episode with number 2 laughing maniacally at him. And basically, it's very, very short. But like I said, the reason I like this episode is because there's little tasters for what's to come. And it's the whole thing around, they don't want to damage his brain. They want the information. They want him to give it freely. And off the back of that as well, this whole thing around, he's got a future with us. We learn that there's more to what it's not just the information they're looking for. And again, personal opinion, lots of fans would dispute. For me, this is the start sowing the seeds that they want number 6 to work for him, for them, whoever they are and whoever they work for. So there's not a lot of story in this one, but there's a lot of ground setting for what's to come. And I like it. I think it's a really good wee episode. So, Brian, what do you think?
Well,
I've been dying to do this for ages, Brian.
No problem. You covered a lot of it. My thing is number 20 being revealed as his watcher while he's there, and her consistently giving him the whole "What the fuck are you doing?" looks. I mean, she was with him with number 2 when they found him with the radio up on the tower. Right when they're like, "You're not going to jump, are you?" No, that'd be the end of the show. And then she served as the prosecutor for his trial.
She was
that
the defender.
Was interesting.
She defended
And
him.
the party they were at, where they were all dressed as storybook characters, and the judges were dressed as dictators. I believe one was Nero, Napoleon, and I don't know who the lady was dressed as.
I'm trying to remember now.
Queen. I
Marie
wanna say off
Antoinette?
with her head. No.
What is he in?
No. Later.
We're just picking random female characters from history here.
Victoria.
So just
Might be Victoria. Might be well, whatever. So they're all the judges during his trial. I like that.
no,
Um,
she didn't
no, it's
exist
not
yet.
Thatcher. Thatcher.
Huh?
No, she wasn't
Not
Stephen.
Margaret
no, it wasn't Thatcher. It was much older than Thatcher. Although who could tell? She was probably a contemporary. So yeah, the one guy, the head presiding judge, I've seen him in Star Trek before. I think.
Oh, probably. He's one of. There's 2. That's the trouble. I always get them mixed up. They're quite similar, and they do have a tendency to overact. One's Aubrey Morrison. I can't remember who the other one is. I'll tell you what. Let me do googling. All right, carry on hosting the show, Eddie.
Okay, so what else, Brian, did you think out of this episode?
And this is how
You're doing brilliantly, by the way.
I've got my placards. What would Siobhan ask?
Okay. Right about when he's walking through the crowd, right after he's pronounced guilty,
Freddie
And then-
Jones.
he clears
That's
up,
the other one.
boom, gone. And here comes the crowd, just mad as a hatter, going after him. Like they're gonna rip him apart with their own bare hands.
Freddie Jones.
Freddie Jones?
Freddie
Jones.
Jones,
Aubrey Morrison,
yes.
Freddie Jones. That was Aubrey Morris. Freddie Jones
Okay.
is, like, again, never knowingly underacted.
Freddie Jones, just a great character actor as well. Yep.
The entire party there just seemed like it was out of some kind of really bad Star Trek episode. Everyone's dressed as a. Everyone was dressed.
Oh, look at the
as
outrage! Look at the outrage!
I know, this is great. This is what you get for
oh dear!
Gangster.
Oh, here it comes.
He's going
no,
to pop a cap in
They
your
all look
ass.
like they're insane. I mean, 20s what? Little Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep, yes. Yes.
They had Cleopatra in there. They had a bunch of other. They had number 2 as Peter Pan, which really creepy. She was. She looks creepy trying to be.
I think
Peter
it suited
Pan.
her.
So did that.
It's
I-
with
that's
her
what I thought.
height and build.
She's obviously done it in Panto at some point. I think that was
Yeah.
probably an in-joke of some sort. I could see
That
McGowan
might have
doing
been.
it as an
That
in-joke.
might have been where
Can
they
you,
recruited.
can you imagine McGowan allowing an in-joke?
If it amused them, you would, yes.
Okay.
Hey, they had LSD on the show. Okay, come on. In
Oh,
joke was
copy some
going
else.
to come. Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Brian. What's the next one?
No problem.
The next one coming up. Oh no, Siobhan, what did you make of it, Siobhan?
My cunning attempt at deflection didn't work.
Yes.
Your cunning plan missed.
No, this one didn't grab me at all. I'm sorry. I mean, all the clever talk about depth. Yes, I saw all that and agree with it. No, this didn't grab me at all, I'm afraid. I enjoyed the carnival scenes, the night stuff and everything else like that, but it just didn't grab me. Sorry, I've got nothing more to say about it.
This, I thought this episode would have spoke to you. They had a black cat, and it was
It did have a
lovely black
very
cat.
pretty black cat, but
Yes.
then again,
Yeah.
so did many Happy Returns.
Okay. Was it the same black cat, do you
Well,
think?
you see, I'm wondering.
I think the cat's in charge of the
We
village.
need to contact Andrew Pixley to find out.
The cat's number one.
Yep. The cat is number
Yeah,
one.
That's your... Oh, that's a point. Yes, we haven't asked this for a bit. Who do you think number one is, Brian?
Who do I think the number one is?
Yep.
It's the
Yeah.
cat.
Right,
Definitely
that's your
the cat.
serious answer now. It's the cat.
I have no serious answer because
Okay, because we're going to ask you this every week. Who is number one?
you could ask
Yeah,
me every
you-
week, but unless I know that number one is someone in the,
Well, no, we want
thing,
your theories on this. That's why I'm
not
asking
gonna
you.
Be able to figure it out.
You're in a unique perspective because there's lots of theories about this. It'd be good to get it for somebody
It
that
would.
has.
That's
watched
why I
it.
ask. I mean,
Yeah.
what
If
is
they
your
had a
current thinking
set
on it?
A set amount of characters, I could probably narrow it down to be who would be number one.
But there's only
But they
two
don't.
characters existent: the butler
There,
and
well,
number
no,
6.
they only have one set character, and that's number 6.
Oh, and the butler.
Everyone else rotates.
And the butler.
mean-
But what-
You get new number 2s, you get new extras on the thing who are hardly ever named or numbered. It's really hard to figure out who's running the show. It might be I like Adams. Rover is clearly number 1.
Dude, you've
it's
forgotten.
all an alien
You've
plot.
forgotten about the butler. He's
the
in every
butler's
episode.
always ever present.
There is the butler. The butler might be in charge.
I mean, he always does it.
Yeah.
Just saying. Eddie,
The
Cornelius.
butler did it.
9 out
So-
of 10,
so
Eddie.
what-
9 out of 10, not bad. Yes, I'll
9 out of 10?
I'll let the Podcasting Academy know.
10 out of 10 stars. You get to host your own podcast now.
Yes.
Go
Oh
forth.
no! Chat room, save me, belittle me, rate me. 2 stars, 3 stars, no more than 1. Come on, Sean. This is your opportunity. I'm giving you the opportunity.
For
in chat to
revenge,
slag me
Sean,
off.
for revenge.
Go. Think all the years
The
of
more
abuse.
stars that he gets, the more he has to,
No,
run
go
an
away.
RPG game or something.
42 stars from Adam.
Oh,
Out of
yeah,
10.
A
That
B
is
plus.
disaster area tax return logic, that is.
7. Oh,
Ooh.
nobody going to give me a 6. 6.
Oh.
Surely a 6, then I can take something out of it. Sean, take 1 off that 7.
Are you allowed
boy.
to talk
No.
about what's your extracurricular?
Oh, in his Len Goodman voice. Thank you, Redox the Green.
Are you allowed to talk about your extracurricular activities yet?
Mine?
Yeah.
What extracurricular activities?
Okay. You obviously can't talk about them right now, so I won't talk about them. Moving on.
No, feel free. No, feel free. Feel free.
No, because you said
Oh,
not to
but-
mention it.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Okay.
We've got a mystery here, boys and girls.
Does Eddie have?
What extracurricular activities has Eddie been getting up to? Please put your ideas down in chat and we'll read them out. What could possibly go wrong here?
Sean, what extracurricular activities has your father been doing that he doesn't know about?
I think actually your son's a bit worried. Mob Enforcer.
What's one-
Oh. I thought that was Adam last night.
No, I'm worried because I don't get out much at all.
I don't get out much nowadays. Oh, God, that's what I say.
This is Siobhan. Siobhan is
Secret
number
agent.
one because she's now playing with me. It's like
Eddie is actually number 7.
in 3/4.
Right.
Like next week.
Next week.
Next week. Like making a hasty retreat. Checkmate.
Oh, he's carried on already. He's carried on without us, Brian. Look at him build. Oh, he's got the bit between his teeth now. There's not going to be any stopping him.
Little taste of power.
Checkmate.
I don't like
you
it.
say.
I really don't like it. Checkmate. Checkmate next week.
Okay, that one's not ringing any bells. So I look forward to watching that. Okay, good.
Good.
I've never done a complete prisoner watch through before. I've probably seen them all at some stage, but I've never done so this is.
I might
Are
be
you
so
enjoying
bored
it?
I'll watch it all tomorrow.
Probably. I mean, you're just soaking up all
That's
this
what I was
British
going
culture.
to look up.
Well, I get
Silly old
tomorrow
tart.
off, so
Oh, so do we.
I have a 3-day
Bank
this
holiday
weekend.
tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing my extracurricular activities, whatever they are, tomorrow, maybe, I think.
Good, I'm glad that's
You
clear.
hear that, Sean? Keep a watch on your father.
Okay, so next week we'll be looking at Checkmate. We're also going to be looking at the short trip Regeneration Impossible, narrated by Jacob Dudman. And we get to praise Kroll. Kroll!
Oh,
Kroll!
yeah.
Kroll! Kroll!
Oh, you.
Ah, the power of Kroll.
Oh, and don't forget Wednesday.
But actually, there's more, isn't there? Yes, because Wednesday evening,
there's more.
people apparently have been watching on YouTube, certainly, our commentary for the Five Doctors, or piss take for the Five Doctors, and we enjoyed doing it. And because we enjoyed doing it, because that's the only reason we do these things, we're going to do another one. We're going to do another one this Wednesday. We're going to keep it going for a bit. So we're going to be doing Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD. We're starting at 10:30 UK time. That's 5:30 Eastern in America. And obviously there'll be a bit of banter beforehand, and then we'll all press the play button at the same time. I think over here we're going to have to do it, because I don't have an optical drive, we're going to have to do it on Amazon.
Redbox?
Amazon. I knew I'd
Whatever.
get there eventually. Yeah, it is the
Oh,
best
and I
of the
will
two
be playing
films,
the part of
and on
Crow
top of that,
during this.
there's a lot of fun you can have with it. That's why I'm trying to choose the ones we can have some giggles over. You know, it would be difficult to have lots of funny giggles over. I don't know, Planet of Evil.
We do learn in this film that the Dalek has a lot of unusual and unsuspected kryptonite. I'll leave it there.
There's a stuttering Dalek in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's 10:30 this coming Wednesday. I've got a date. Let's have a look. Let's try and be a bit more precise. An actual date. This coming Wednesday is the 27th of your actual May. And yeah. So there's that. Saturday, there's the Marvel Heroes stream. Like I say, Brian's taken over. He's a hell of a lot better at it than I am. There's no two ways about it. You are. You were brilliant. And I get to play Captain Mummerset. Adam, Tom Tarak here in chat, he's a ghost, which is nice. Jess, what is Jess?
Jess is Justine Constantine.
Oh, yes, essentially another a magician. And Spanky missed last night, so we're not entirely certain what Spanky is going to be. And when I say what Spanky is going to be, I mean what. Not who, what. He's a warrior, that boy.
Well, you all are a what in this game?
I'm not, I'm Captain Mummerset.
Yes, but it's a supernatural game. So, you're a what? Adam's a what?
I should have gone for Timothy Claypole. I've named one of my ships in Star Trek Online, the USS
Gadzooks.
Timothy Claypole. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I think we're done here. Boys and girls, thank you very much for tuning in. Good Lord, we've been going for 50 minutes. That passed very quickly.
Wow. It certainly did.
It really,
It did.
really did. What's Rent-A-Ghost? Stay in chat. All right. Adam's about to educate you.
Go watch the the stream from last night. It's up on the YouTube channel of the game. You'll see Rent a Ghost.
And BL, don't go into the cellar. Do not go into the cellar.
No,
And
go in the
don't
cellars.
open that trap door.
There's
And
something
never
down
go
there.
in the head of something you don't know.
Right, we're going. So just to double check, Power Crawl, there's that short trip thingy, and checkmate. That's it. And then Wednesday, Daleks Invasion of Terran. 50 AD, Saturday, which is an hour earlier, 8 p.m. UK time. That's the Marvel Heroes RPG, not for kids. All right then, let's go. Say goodbye, boys.
Bye-bye, boys.
Bye, boys.
Oh, you did that
Have fun
so
storming
well.
the castle.
We've
And
been
remember,
rehearsing all week.
oh, hello.
Wait,
second.
how about this? Bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle.
Somebody castle.
Hey guys, Windows Media Player. Oh, Jesus Christ, what's it doing? That's wrong. Hang on, we've got a
Oh
problem.
my
here.
God, my eyes. The children.
Right. Let's try this again. Say goodbye, boys.
Say
Bye,
goodbye, boys.
Hooray!
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for.
Oh,
They're well worth fighting for.
look, it's a good song. Sing along at home. I feel a goat coming on. See? Goat.